Hi, everybody, and welcome to Litter Media Live for the next to the last day of calendar year 2024. I'm Mike Smith.
I'm Aaron Glandon.
Aaron Glandon, and we're looking for something on our screen.
We're looking for anything on our screen right now.
It went black. I think we're on the air.
We are. It's just...
you and I can't see it, but everybody else can?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know what the full screen button is.
Yeah. So that is something that we're waiting.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. You got it. You got it. We're here. Want to start off with we made it. Our Litter Media X finally surpassed 3,000 followers. I think it had 156 when I came on board almost 4 years ago. 156.
So you single-handedly got us to 3,000.
Well, I don't know if I single-handedly did it, but we did it. We did it together. When I looked at it in September with where it was, I thought my goal is to get it to 3,000 by the end of the calendar year.
And we made it.
And I kept watching, and, you know, it would pick up a bunch, and then it would stay stagnant for a couple of days. But when I looked at it today, it was at 3,003.
There we go.
So thank you to all of you who are following Litter Media X. Of course, Facebook, we're well beyond that. We're over, 5,000, I think?
A lot.
YouTube's got over 5,000 videos plus.
We have a lot of videos.
You have any idea what Spotify? That kind of came along later.
Yeah. Every time we do the Daily Show or a special edition that's not going to run out of date, if we're not talking about something that's just coming up on the weekend, I usually don't put it on Spotify. But if it doesn't have a set, this will expire, I'll put it on there. So there's a lot of stuff on there. I don't know how many people we have listening. Less than watch it on YouTube.
Right. Yeah. So we're thankful for all of those different followers on the respective platforms. And maybe you're new to this program and you think, I didn't know you guys were doing it. Oh, well, Dan started this up during COVID back in, 2019 or 2020. So the daily Litter Media Live program on Facebook has been around, but we've added things to it. Litter Media Radio came on board with us last year, which is a loop of all of the interviews, newscasts, and things like that we do each day. Of course, we have live play-by-play high school sports. So if you're new to us, thanks for joining us, and be sure to subscribe. And the thing about all these platforms, they're free.
All free, yeah.
And you know what Marty Brenneman used to say? If it's free, it's me. Let's look at the weather. We were in spring-like conditions over the weekend. Enjoy today because it's going to start feeling more like January later this week. But we're looking for partly sunny skies today and a high of about 51. Rain comes back into the picture Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll be about 52 for a high on Tuesday, but that temperature drops to 38 for a high on Wednesday. And each day until Sunday, the temperatures continue to drop. I think we're in the teens at night for Friday and Saturday night for sure, probably early Sunday morning. I think the daytime high on either Saturday or Sunday is like 27. It jumps to 41 on Monday, and then it goes back down into the 30s. So we're in that seesaw phase. But, yeah, we're in winter, folks, in Ohio. We don't get that 60 stuff very often.
No.
We're talking about our topics here in just a moment. A sad note in the news, loss of a former president yesterday. We'll talk more about that and other stories all coming up on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for more than 4 decades. And I know all of the great people at Accurate wish all of you, hoping that you had a Merry Christmas and wishing you a Happy New Year. And if one of the things on your resolution list is to find a dependable heating, cooling, and plumbing representative for you in your home or your business, give serious thought to Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app. to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com.
All right. Be sure to bookmark our website, if you would, littermedia.com, and you can find all of the beneficial news that you can use. As you've heard us mention before, we're not doing what we used to refer to in the broadcast business as the hard news. Death, destruction, and all that. We want to focus more on the better, happier news.
Uplifting.
Even some of the stories that you're seeing on there now that are just informational that are not, oh, that's terrible. Something that you can, I think Matt Litter hit it right when he said beneficial news that you can use. So let's jump into what we're talking about. Actually, we are talking about a sad note, but this is of national and worldwide significance that you just can't overlook this one. Former President Jimmy Carter, the 39th U.S. president, passed away yesterday at the age of 100. For those of us that are old enough to remember President Carter, a difficult presidency. There were a lot of circumstances going on in our country with the economy and certainly geopolitical. But certainly one thing that can be said about President Carter in office and out of office, he was a man of integrity and high ideals, and probably gained in popularity when he left the presidency. I mean, he was working, building homes for Habitat for Humanity into his 90s.
Wow.
I mean, he was just an inspirational person. Of course, one of our great generation, a World War II Navy vet, and served his country proudly. He was also the governor of Georgia before he became president. But former President Carter passed away at the age of 100. Talking about geopolitical, one of the things that was tremendous that is still of benefit today is when he hosted the Camp David Accords, where Anwar Sadat of Egypt and Menachem Begin of Israel came together in secret meetings at Camp David, and they agreed to a peace treaty between Egypt and Israel, who were ancient enemies.
Yeah.
And to this day, Egypt and Israel still have that peace agreement. So that was certainly a great accomplishment for President Carter. But we certainly wish his remaining family well. Rosalind, his wife, passed away last year. But I think I saw before we went on the air, there will be, he'll lie in state at the Capitol building. So more information will be coming up on that on national news as we go. Well, this, of course, tomorrow would be New Year's Eve as we wrap up the year. Aaron did that piece on the Fairfield County Glass Town event that they've got at Lancaster tomorrow. But there are other events going on in our community tomorrow night. Circleville has their New Year's Eve party with what's called the Round Town Night One celebration. That runs from 9 p.m. until midnight, and like the glass ball that they have in Fairfield County, the pumpkin is raised at midnight instead of like New York City when they lower the ball.
I think they should drop the pumpkin and let it burst.
I've dropped a pumpkin on occasion, but your next story kind of ties into that piece that you did last week on Lancaster.
This is a family-friendly New Year's Eve event. You can join the Ohio Glass Museum and Glass Blowing Studio between 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. tomorrow, where the movie Night of the Museum will be showing in the auditorium at the museum. Admission is $5. You can also make your own glass town ornament for just $10. Watch a movie, color, tour the museum, and help them ring in 2025. And this will still give you plenty of time to take in the glass ornament raising in the downtown at midnight.
So when you did your video piece last week, you were in the museum as well as the glass blowing studio.
The studio is kind of in the back of the museum, but if you watch the interview, that's right there in the auditorium where the movie will be played.
Yeah, so watch the video. If you're going to go over that way, we'll give you a little bit of a heads up on what to expect. Some good news for those who rely on Ohio's minimum wage. It's going up on Wednesday. Ohio's minimum wage increases to $10.70 per hour for non-tipped employees and $5.35 per hour for tipped employees. That's like waitresses or waiters and that sort of thing. The minimum wage applies to employees of businesses with annual gross receipts of more than $394,000 per year. The current 2024 minimum wage is $10.45 per hour for non-tipped employees and $5.25 for tipped employees. Now, we had this story about a month ago, but because we're nearing the end of the year, we wanted to remind you, boss, I get a raise.
Yeah.
If you're relying on Ohio's minimum wage.
I want a raise. Matt Litter, I want a raise.
Are you on the Ohio minimum wage
No,
scale?
I'm not.
I didn't think you were.
Hey, teens, if you are looking for something to do over winter break and get out of the house, join the Chillicothe Ross County Public Library for Art Camp. They'll have paint. You can paint cozy scenes on glass while you watch movies and eat snacks. Spaces are limited, so register now on their website for this free program, and you can register on crcpl.org/events.
The Pickaway County OSU Agricultural Extension Office will be hosting a 2025 Ag Outlook and Policy meeting on January the 28th at Roadhouse 56 in Circleville. Now, the evening will include food and drink and hearing the latest on trade policy, grains outlook, input cost, farm real estate, and tax policy. The dinner will start at 5:30 p.m. at a cost of $20 per person, and a RSVP is required because food is being served, and you need to get that taken care of by January 20th. So you say, hey, I'd like to attend that. Call either Roadhouse 56 in Circleville. They can tell you more about it, or call the Pickaway County OSU Ag office. But remember, they're probably closed tomorrow,
Right.
even though it's New Year's Eve. So best give them a call today or at the first of second. Actually, I think they're reopening in January. When we come back, we'll take a look at the sports from the high school and pro, college, and all that for the weekend and what's coming up. All ahead at Litter Media Live. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, call 253-8389 for a free quote. Carl will get you set up. Ross and surrounding counties are there to help you with those big orange dumpsters to get that junk off your property. Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Let's jump into sports. All these scores that you'll be seeing next, by the way, you can always find on our website at littermedia.com. A full slate of action on Saturday night. You can see the boys and girls scores there, but for those of you listening on Litter Media Radio that can't see it, just a quick rundown. Boys basketball, Circleville beat Tays Valley by 4. Logan Elm doubled up. Now, this one shocked me. As well as Westfall played on Friday night in their loss to Circleville, they got doubled up by Logan Elm Saturday, 63-33. Eastern Pike over Piketon, 54-34. Western beat Huntington, 63-60. It was Paint Valley over Lynchburg Clay, 52-44. Adena lost to McLean. Hillsborough beat North Adams. And then there's several other games you can find on the score page. On the girls' side, Parkersburg, West Virginia must be good because they beat Uniota girls 74-66. Circleville girls, they still have, I think, only one loss this year, beating Tays Valley 35-22. Westfall girls beat Logan Elm. Valley over Huntington. Southeastern girls beat Waverly 65-62 in double overtime. And in that game, Southeastern's Reese Ruckel had 28 points, but she also picked up her 500th career rebound. Hillsborough was a winner over North Adams. Lancaster clobbered Chillicothe 66-24. Again, this is girls basketball, and there's a long list of other scores that you can find by checking out our website scoreboard page. Ohio State men thumped Indiana State over the weekend, 103-83. That concludes their non-conference slate as they'll jump into Big Ten play next.
And OSU women beat Rutgers 77-63 to run their record to 13-0. They're still undefeated.
We were talking Friday about whether or not there were any other MAC football teams that had played in the bowl because as of Friday, the MAC was, I think, 2-0. Well, if this was number 3, make it 3-0. Miami Redhawks beating Colorado State, and talk about a thumping, 43-17 in the Arizona Bowl. Now, I think I saw Bowling Green lost, so that would be 3-1. And if there's any other MAC teams that have played other than Toledo in their big win, and of course Ohio U, we already talked about them a week ago. But go MAC, pretty good bowl season for them.
Yeah. The Bengals keep their slim playoff hopes alive with a 30-24 overtime victory over the Broncos. But
did you see that game?
I did not see that game. Joe Burrow's good, though. I saw his stat line.
The kicker, who had a chance earlier to win the game for the Bengals and hit the upright.
Yeah.
And it's like the look on his face, like, I can't believe I missed that. He did that when he was with the Browns, too. So.
Yeah. And speaking of the Browns, this hurt the Bengals' playoff chances because the Dolphins beat the Browns 20-3. And I don't know who the Dolphins play next, but the Bengals, if they want to stay alive, they need the Dolphins to lose that game.
And they also need Denver to lose again, right?
To the Chiefs, yes.
Yeah, because Denver has I think they're 9-7 now. So, but that was Burrow was just incredible.
Yeah.
And their defense. Cincinnati's defense played better than they had been playing.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's lost so many games this year where the defense was the problem. So if you're a Bengals fan, you're probably happy today. When we come back, we're looking at Mexico on this date in 1853, all ahead on Litter Media Live.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors, and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be beautiful at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
I thought maybe you'd open this segment.
This date in history with Mike Smith. Take it away, Mike.
As we approach a new year, there's a new administration, of course, in the White House, new Congress that's coming in here over the next few weeks. So much in the last, 10 years has been talked about the southern border. Well, listen up. In 1853, James Gadsden, the U.S. Minister to Mexico, and General Antonio López de la Santa Anna, the President of Mexico, signed the Gadsden Purchase in Mexico City. The treaty settled the dispute over the location of the Mexican border west of El Paso, Texas, and established the final boundaries of the southern United States. For the price of $15 million, later reduced to $10 million, the United States acquired approximately 30,000 square miles of land in what is now southern New Mexico and Arizona.
How much is $10 million back then worth today?
Yeah, but we bought Alaska for about the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So some real deals, so to speak, for Mexico as well as Alaska. So there you go. And that goes all the way back to 1853. Yeah. So if you thought we didn't have southern borders, yeah, we do. We really do. So there you have that. Anything else before we Dan will be back with us tomorrow.
Yes.
I think we can pry him out of bed to get back in.
Hopefully.
Yeah, he's been getting some R&R over the last week. Well deserved. But he'll be joining us for our sign-off for 2024.
Are we going to have a party tomorrow on the show?
We can party like it's 2025. That just doesn't rhyme like 1999.
No.
Like with
Prince.
I remember when that song came out. I think it was like 1982 or 83. Because I used to, when I was in radio, I was still playing music at dances. And we used to have a dance, I think once a month in the summer, behind the Ross County YMCA. And I can remember playing that song thinking, man, 1999, that seems so far away. And now it's 25, almost 26 years ago.
It's a good song.
Any New Year's resolutions or regrets about 2024? You got engaged in 24, so you can't have any regrets about that.
I haven't thought about any resolutions yet. Have you?
No, because I don't get into that.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people do.
If you're going to make a change, just do it. You don't have to wait till New Year.
Amen. When I started working out back in 2015, I think that was like in early November, and I stuck with it through the whole thing. And I can't imagine what I'd look like if I hadn't started doing that back then. But we're going to go do that here in a little bit, right after we get off the show here. So join us tomorrow. Dan will be back. Aaron will be here behind the camera producing. We'll see Mr. That whatever you do.
I usually just
wave.
You
give some kind of a...
No, I just wave.
You just wave. Okay. You need to come up with an iconic...
Well, I tried to do one of these for a while, but it didn't stick.
It didn't stick. Yeah. His hand froze up and he couldn't... He couldn't do that. We need to have one of those skeleton hands.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a glove isn't there a character or comic character animated character, Skeletor or something like that?
Yeah, from He-Man.
Does he have like a skeleton-looking hand or a glove or whatever?
He is a skeleton.
Okay. Maybe you need to find a glove like that and you can stick it out there like that. So find out tomorrow what surprises we may have for you on our year-end show tomorrow. All that coming up. And we have a special edition of Litter Media Live at 10 o'clock. Ross County Commissioner Jack Everson will be in. I'll be interviewing the commissioner about the upcoming Ross County Thoroughfare Plan and also some news that there has, I guess the commissioners decided not to add any kind of a recreation fee for Ross County. kind of vague on what that's all about, but Mr. Everson can get us caught up on all of that in a special edition tomorrow morning at 10, and then our daily show at 11. So until that time, for Dan Ramey and Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith saying see you tomorrow on Litter Media Live.